how to detect plagiarism comment using AI chatbot. So if you are thinking maybe detecting some weirdness in students' assignment, here are something you can do. Turnitin's AI writing detection model is trained to detect content from GPT-3 and GPT-3.5 language models, which are the free ones, which the students are most commonly using. But for example, in ChatGPT-4, which is a better one, Turnitin's detector aren't able to detect content from GPT-4, which is ChatGPT Plus model. Sometime, but most of the time capable of finding this. But as the detect models are going to be better, the ChatGPT and the GPT models are getting better. So this is like a never-ending battle, for my opinion. Check for depth of understanding means that AI generated answers may, and from my experience, always lack of deep understanding. So you can ask follow-up questions for the students according to their text, and usually then you get to know if the student has used chatbot or not. So both a detection model and then a way of teacher talking with students. Then, of course, it helps if teacher understands the AI writing patterns. AI-generated text often includes overly formal language, lack of personal anecdotes, and a certain uniformity in structures and style that might not align with the student's previous work. So usually you know the students, usually you know what is the capability of the student. Is she or he capable of doing that kind of text that you are reading? That's something you have to keep in mind and familiarize yourself, of course, how AI generates the text. Of course, students can try to manipulate the AI text by prompting them correctly, but this is, of course, a never-ending battle. There will be always detection models that you can use, but of course, they will get older as the GPT models get better. So, key learnings from this 1.5 hour that we have sit in front of our computers. What to carry forward? What I want you to carry forward on this webinar is artificial intelligence is capable of processing a lot of data and providing summaries. This kind of I think it's a various paths that students can go in the path of learning. The teacher is the pedagogical professional who selects the path or paths that the student should go. So artificial intelligence opens us many doors and gives us different kind of paths to go, but the teacher is the responsible adult for the learning process. So this is a tool, not a solution. And this will never outgo teacher. Artificial intelligence is not the solution to everything, but it's a very important and crucial tool in the future. And from my point of view, I think that AI will not take anybody's job, but the humans who can use AI for their own good and in their jobs will take the jobs from the people who cannot use AI. So this is a very crucial skill to manage. And development is so rapid that the new assessment tools are emerging daily. It is important for a teacher to be AI ready. So I think you should be AI ready. You should know how to what does it take from AI to do summative, to do formative assessment, and then get familiarized with the tools that there are in the markets. But first you have to understand what you want to do with the AI in order to evaluate applications and choose the most suitable answer for their use and for your use. So AI ready is the term that I want that you carry forward. We must be AI ready. We cannot know everything, but we must be ready. The last slide, some companies to keep an eye in the future. So now that you know that how the AI can help you, there is very interesting things coming in the near future. And here is 3 things. Labster. I don't know if Labster is something you're familiar with, but it offers virtual labs where students can conduct scientific experience in a controlled, virtual, safe environment. The AI assess of students' decision-making process, understanding of scientific method, and ability to apply theoretical knowledge. This is an AI-powered virtual lab that you can do safely different kinds of tests and maybe experiments, exams, and this is something that will help the students with some kind of incapabilities that they cannot like move or use their hands or feet or some else. Then this is something that you can teach and let them try things that aren't in the real life possible. Microsoft Copilot, very important. This was very big thing in the BET in London 3 weeks ago. It will provide personalized learning, plagiarism detection, interactive learning environments, and automated feedback. This is Microsoft Copilot, and this is coming in the near future. So this is something you should keep an eye. And then Microsoft Teams incoming. There's a math progress and speaker progress, as similar as I showed you the reading progress and the search progress. So there is coming math progress and speaker progress in the near future. I think they said that this spring, but of course I'm not working for Microsoft. I cannot be certain of it. Then Turnitin. Turnitin, as I told you, you might know it from plagiarism's check, but Turnitin has expanded its offering to include AI-powered writing feedback tools and will continue to do so in the future. I haven't used this Turnitin writing feedback tools a lot, but I think that's something I will have to look up and get familiar with, because these are the 3 things I think in the near future that you have to keep an eye on it. I'm very sorry I took a lot more time than I was supposed to, but I'm a teacher. I can't stop teaching and can't stop talking. Thank you very much for participating. If there's any further questions come to mind, or you would like to get in touch later, after, of course, I have time for questions. I have a next meeting in 20 minutes, but I have 20 minutes time to answer questions or conversations. Don't hesitate to email me. I'm more than happy to continue the collaboration with me. Please connect with me in the LinkedIn if you want to follow what I do in the field of AI or education or leadership. There's my email address, and yeah, thank you so much for listening and participating. I see that there's almost 300 of you, so it was great to have this webinar with you today. Thank you.
Yeah, it is 300. We are really thankful for your sharing with us this informative presentation, Kali, and sharing the different examples about how we can use AI in student assessment. And I think all the participants are excited maybe to learn more. So we have a couple of questions, as long as you have 20 minutes, if you can just, you know, try to answer. Okay, one question asked, in which part of your student assessment you are utilizing the AI tool as a form of assessment kindly provide some samples. I think you quite provide us many examples actually today.
Yeah,
Do you have
I think
something more you can add to?
for formative, it's hard.
Okay.
Yeah, it's harder because, as I told, there are many companies, but not one tool that's like the singular best. Like it's summative assessment, the ChatGPT and the GPT models are the best. But in the formative assessment, we have many tools, but not one. So that's like the hard part of it.
Yeah, maybe this lead us to another question by Dr. Mariam Dosari, that do you have a kind of can you provide us with how can we update us with the new ones of AI tools?
Yeah,
and their
great.
certain like a website or something to refer to that can you share it with us?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't have any website. For me, the way is LinkedIn, the where I have connected with many professionals. I get the most of in this kind of events that I go, like BETT in London, and I read a lot of news, and I'm very connected in LinkedIn, and I try to follow there, but I don't have any like great website where that will be a great idea to collect the modern or nowadays information, the latest in formative assessment. But I think formative assessment is not so big thing in the world as summative assessment. So there would be no this kind of page where they would gather all the information of the new technology. But to put it short, there is, or I haven't found any particular website for that.
Okay. Okay, thank you for understanding. Okay, we have a question. I think maybe you answered, but if you can just elaborate more, how can I, one of the attendees, how can I evaluate the student knowledge if he has used an AI chatbot to generate an assignment? You gave us some examples.
Yeah, can you read the first part of the question? Was it how
can I evaluate the student knowledge? Yeah, the student knowledge. If the student used the AI chatbot to generate the assignment.
Yeah, that's a great question. I personally think that is a matter of how do you say it? How do you put your question? How do you put your exam question? If it's something that is its answer. If the question, let's put it so way, if the question is so that it can be answered through AI, then it will not, of course, evaluate the knowledge of the student. But if you put that kind of questions that you cannot answer with AI, then you then you can evaluate the knowledge. And how to answer my own question, how to make such questions that AI cannot answer them, how to create such questions, because that's hard. For my advice for you is ask a chatbot. Ask ChatGPT what are the questions you cannot answer, and it will provide you them. So very easy solution for a very hard problem. That's what I do. I ask the AI, tell me a question you cannot answer. And then
That's
I ask
interesting,
that yeah. And the AI really forces us to think differently our work. So sometimes we are locked in some kind of problem that we could only ask the ChatGPT, what would you do? And it will provide us usually a great answer. So some of these questions that you're asking me are some questions I would write on ChatGPT and ask it, what would you do? And of course, decide myself what to ask, but it will give me a lot of more solution for my problem.
Okay. Okay. we have a couple of questions regarding the, privacy and ethical issues of using
Yeah.
ChatGPT from students. One of it's is it possible that students also can use ChatGPT to generate multiple questions? How to deal with this? Now you share with us how we can generate questions as a teacher.
Yeah.
But what about the students?
Yeah,
If
they
have
can
the
generate
same,
the.
they have the same PowerPoint, they have the content. Can they generate the?
Yeah. You mean
Yeah,
like
and then how to deal with this? Yeah.
yeah, you mean like can they like make like
Gen-
see the test beforehand, like make the same?
yeah.
Yeah,
Especially if they have the same content. So how can we deal
yeah.
with it?
For my well, I haven't turned to that. My students haven't done that, but AI will generate always new answers, new questions. That's because AI is trained all the time, 24/7. So it's not trained the same way when the student creates the multiple questions as when the teacher creates. So they will get the different kind of questions. But of course, there is a possibility, of course, like 0.0001% possibility that they will get the same multiple question at the teacher. But in this, I would give the teacher's solution to prompt it better. So to give a better question for the chatbot. So like in my example where I made the EU exam, I could like prompt it like make 5 questions about the first 3 slides, then make 3 open questions from this subject, and then take 2 short answer questions from this point. So then it would be something that the student couldn't prompt him or herself. But I personally don't see this very big problem, because of course the AI gives different answers, different multiple questions to different people, because it will be trained on the meantime that these people have different times when they have asked for the multiple question. So to put my answer simply, if you put my material and ask for multiple questions now, and I put my material and ask for multiple questions with the same prompt in 2 hours from now, they will give us a different kind of multiple questions.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. This also we have another question. Can you just stop sharing, Callie, so
Yeah,
I can
sorry.
want just to share the evaluation barcode, and I will continue with the questions.
Yes.
Another question. Okay. What are the best AI-powered tools to use to read video of students' performance and grade it with feedback? Do you have example you can share with us?
Sorry, you mean I didn't really catch the term.
What are the AI-powered tools to read video
read
of
video.
students? Yeah, to read video of students' performance and grade it with feedback.
I think I haven't found a really good working video yet. I don't have any that kind of tool, but it would be very good tool for teachers to video their students. I must say, I'm sorry, I don't have great tool for that, but that is, for example, something you could ask for a chatbot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we have actually a couple of comments. Okay, one question. Do you think, Callie, that AI assessment is valid for medical science?
Yeah, I think it's valid in any kind of assessment. Do you mean like medical studies, or do you mean like
Medical
doctors
science,
to use
the human, the health professional.
Yeah, for like doctors, of course. I believe that is the future. I don't know if the tools that we're using nowadays are capable of reliably giving us, but of course, if we think the profession of doctor or medical professional, if we think the work is that is data processing. You as a doctor, you get information on the patient, and you process it with your brain, and you try to figure out what's going on and what would be the solution and how will we tackle this problem. Of course, AI is million times better in data processing. Of course, AI in the future will provide us a valuable information. It will give us different kind of solutions, but of course, we still need the human being to do the decision. I think the human is responsible for it, but AI will be a crucial tool in medical world too.
Okay. Still, we have many questions regarding the privacy and but okay, one question: what's the best AI chatbot that you can recommend to help teachers to make feedback, to make take feedback? Students submit their assessments. Yeah, ChatGPT.
ChatGPT is the best in my university.
Okay.
I take a little bit opinion on the data privacy. ChatGPT is not the best with the data privacy because we are not really sure where the data goes. So there's a bit kind of a dilemma or a problem because ChatGPT is better than any other product on the market. In my university, most of my colleagues use Copilot from Microsoft, which is more safer. But it's not as good as ChatGPT. So when I use ChatGPT, for student assessment, I code the names. In my example, I didn't code the names, but those were not real students. So that was not a problem of data privacy. ChatGPT is the best, but when you use ChatGPT, you have to really think of the data privacy. Copilot is better. It's a closed system. If you buy it for your university, as we have done, it's a closed system, but it's not as good as ChatGPT.
What is its name again, please?
Copilot, Copilot.
Okay. Okay. What about there are a couple of questions regarding what kind of documents that we can upload to ChatGPT. Can we, for example, the bubble sheet for exams, can we upload it to different kind of documents? Or only just Microsoft Word?
It takes all the Microsoft, like Excels and PowerPoints and PDF and Words. As I told, I have uploaded images. It's not very good with it yet, but it's getting better and better. So I think in the near future, we could do like our students could write by hand, and we could like copy or take images of the handwritten papers, and it would assess or grade them. It will be possible in the near future. It is even possible nowadays, but it's not so reliable. I think not it's not working very well yet.
Okay. Okay, we have one more question from my colleague, Dr. Rissam.
Yes. Okay, so thank you, Cal, for this very informative webinar. We have one more question regarding the accessibility. You mentioned it at the very beginning of the webinar, and it's really very interesting that is it possible for the instructor that if they have, for example, their assessment plan, and then they have couple of disabled students, can AI help to accommodate or adapt the assessment task for those students and suggest what would be the best assessment method to be used for their cases, considering their disability or their special case?
Yeah, I think definitely. Well, of course, it depends on the disability that the student have, but from my point of view, I would just let chatbot give me an ideas of different kind of, because our human brain is very limited. One brain trying to figure out ways to take concern of everything. I would use AI chatbot for this, and to be like my I like the idea of co-pilot. AI and chatbot is my co-pilot, my co-worker, which has the power of a million brains. So I think ChatGPT, for example, could give me a different kind of ways to help the student and to increase equality and equity.
Okay, so I should just ask them how to adapt the assessment task. Is there any other way for that?
For if I understand the question correctly, there is no like different software. I would still use a chatbot to like ask for different kind of ways to adapt the assessment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kelly, for
Thank you.
answering questions. We still maybe I apologize for the attendees who I couldn't, raise their questions. We have now almost 2 hours, and I know that you have another meeting. So thanks again on the behalf of University Imam Abdurrahman University and the QA Center. And I would like also to extend my thanks to all the attendees and the participants for today. Thank you for being us for today. Thank you for enriching this webinar with your valuable comments and questions. And we are looking forward to meet you again in other webinar. And we hope that you join us maybe later, Kelly, with another kind of webinar.
Yes, and thank you very much. It was a great morning with you.
Okay, thank you, and hope to meet you soon.
Yes. See you and have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
شكرا لجميع الحضور. جزاكم الله خير. نلقاكم إن شاء الله في ندوات افتراضية أخرى بإذن الله.